Your hallway is such a mess as always. The door wasn't even fully shut when she said it. 8:14 a.m. I was still barefoot. Patricia Whitaker was already inside my house. Her key turning in my lock like she owned the place. My name is Madison Harper. I've been married to Cole for 3 years. And for 3 years his mother has walked into my home whenever she wanted. Until the morning I finally made sure she never could again. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments where you are listening from. I need you to understand what 3 years inside that dynamic felt like. Cole is kind. Genuinely. The type of man who remembers birthdays and fixes things without being asked. But there is a version of kindness that looks the other way. For 3 years, that was Cole. Patricia didn't start aggressive. He started helpful. Casseroles I didn't ask for. Laundry folded while I was at Noah's pediatric appointments. Texts with photos of my sink while I was in the waiting room. Just trying to help Madison. Cole's answer to everything was 3 words. This is mom. Wait comment 2 months after giving birth. This is mom. Showing up during our anniversary dinner. This is mom. Rearranging my kitchen drawers without asking and saying some women just aren't built for managing a household. This is mom. Those 3 words became the walls of a house I was slowly disappearing inside. Then the key happened. Patricia said it was for emergencies. Cole handed it over without asking me. I watched that small brass copy disappear into her designer purse and felt something tighten in my chest that never loosened. The visits became routine. 3, 4 times a week. No text. No call. Just the sound of her key in the lock and her voice already inside before I had time to prepare my face. She watered my plants with judgment attached. She timed how long it took me to answer the door before using the key. She photographed my home. Laundry on a chair. Toys on the floor. 2 unwashed mugs in the sink. I didn't know about the photos until later. He was sending them to Cole. 23 photos over 6 months. I'm just keeping you informed. Each one a quiet argument that I was failing at something. One message read, I just worry about the baby's environment. The baby's environment. As if I were the danger in my own home. Cole started asking questions differently. Mom says you've seemed off lately. I lay awake that night staring at the ceiling. And I finally understood what she was actually building. The humiliation didn't happen quietly. It happened at my own dinner table. Patricia insisted we host Sunday lunch. Cousins. Aunts. Cole's older brother and his wife. 12 people. I cooked for 2 days. Cleaned until midnight. She arrived early. White blazer. Inspecting eyes. Halfway through dessert she tapped her glass. I just want to say something. My stomach dropped. She reached into her handbag and pulled out printed photos. My home. My laundry. My sink. My son's toys mid-play. Laid them on the table like evidence in a trial I hadn't known was scheduled. I've been concerned about conditions here, she said gently. I think we should discuss what's best for little Noah. The room went silent. Cole didn't defend me. He sat there processing. His aunt whispered, Are you okay, honey? That was when I realized this wasn't gossip. This was documentation. Patricia finished with 1 sentence. Sometimes love means stepping in when a mother can't cope. 12 people heard that. I stood up. Excused myself. Walked to the bathroom. Locked the door. Stared at my reflection until the shaking stopped. She wanted a reaction. So I gave her nothing. But I had finally heard the plan. That night after everyone left, Cole said, Mom's just worried. Maybe we have been a little chaotic. Chaotic. I looked at him and felt something colder than anger. Not because he said it. Because he believed it. Patricia wasn't just collecting photos. She was building a narrative. A slow, careful story about me being unfit. And Cole was reading it like a book she had personally handed him. So I started writing my own. The next morning I bought 3 security cameras. Not hidden. Visible. 1 in the hallway. 1 in the kitchen. 1 in the living room. I installed a smart lock system. Every entry logged, time-stamped, stored automatically. I scheduled Noah's pediatric wellness check and asked the doctor detailed questions in writing. I contacted my therapist and requested a formal letter confirming voluntary attendance and stable assessment. I began documenting everything. Dates. Times. Every comment. Every unannounced visit. Every photo Patricia sent Cole with her soft concerned captions. And then I did something she would never expect. I called her. Sweet voice. Calm tone. I'd love for you to come by Thursday morning, I said. Just the two of us. A pause on the line. Curious. Couldn't. He said yes. Because Patricia had never once imagined I was capable of strategy. That was her first mistake. And her last. Thursday morning. 9:03 a.m. Right on time. I heard her key turn in the lock. Then the smart system beeped. Access denied. Pause. Then the doorbell rang. I opened it slowly. Smiling. I updated the locks. Safety, you know. Her eyes moved across the hallway. Spotless. Cameras visible but subtle. She noticed them immediately. Of course she did. I gestured toward the kitchen table. Come in, Patricia. I've been looking forward to this. I slid a folder across the kitchen table. Pediatric reports. Growth charts. Vaccination records. A letter from my therapist. Voluntarily attended. Fully stable. Patricia's lips tightened. And since we're documenting things, I thought you'd like to see this too. I tapped my phone. The living room TV lit up. Patricia walking in unannounced. Opening my mail. Rearranging my drawers. Photographing my home. Time-stamped. Dated. Clear. For the first time she didn't look composed. She looked exposed. You recorded me, she said sharply. I tilted my head. Yes. Cole walked in 10 minutes later. He stepped into a silence so thick it felt deliberate. TV screen frozen on Patricia photographing Noah's toys. Cole looked at her. Then at me. I slid the final document across the table. A printed email draft. Addressed to Gerald Hoffman. Family law attorney. Subject line. Custody consultation. Concerns regarding daughter-in-law. Her name. Her signature. Her plan. Cole read it slowly. Then he looked up at his mother. Just that one word. But it carried everything. Patricia recovered fast. I was protecting my grandson, she said. No, I said. You were preparing to remove his mother. Cole pushed his chair back. You were going to take our son? She didn't have a graceful answer. I did. I'm filing a trespass notice. Case reference TN 2024-03-0892. And if you interfere with my parental rights, I will pursue harassment charges. Patricia stared at me like she was seeing a stranger. You can't be serious, she whispered. I'm very serious. I slid one final envelope across the table. The smart lock log. Every unauthorized entry. Time-stamped. Dated. 41 entries over 14 months. I have no intention of keeping you from your grandson. But you will schedule visits. You will not enter this home without invitation. You will never speak to my husband about my fitness as a mother. Cole stood up. He went too far. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. But it was the first time he chose me. Patricia stood up. Dignity fraying at the edges. You've turned my son against me. Oh, I said softly. You did that yourself. When the door closed behind her, the house felt different. Not cleaner. Not quieter. Just finally mine.